Yes, you read that correctly. The new best deal in gaming has been found, and its name, Final Fantasy XIV, with an extended free trial that goes all the way to... Yes, recently the Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest has happened, and with that, they announced the newest expansion that's going to be coming, Evercold, which is very exciting, and all the changes that are coming with that are sick, but I'm here to talk about the most exciting announcement for me, which is Shadowbringers being added to the free trial. Final Fantasy XIV is my all-time favorite video game, and the reason why is because of Shadowbringers. It is an incredible expansion. The first time I cried to Final Fantasy XIV was in Shadowbringers. The story is great even as a standalone product, which is impressive as it is an expansion that's supposed to be built off of previous expansions, and when you do experience those previous expansions, it is even better, and the fact that it's being given away for free is actually just unreal. So, am I biased in saying that this is the best value in gaming? Absolutely. But you should still give it a try. And I'm going to tell you why.
Become the warrior of darkness.
Now, this won't go into any story spoilers or anything. We're keeping this one free of spoilers, outside of maybe a couple visual things. So if you want to turn this on as like a little podcast, go right ahead. In my opinion, Shadowbringers is the best Final Fantasy XIV expansion. It's got the most intriguing story, it's got the most interesting characters, a lot of the fan favorite characters if you're into that. It's bringing things in from A Realm Reborn, from Heavensward, the Heavensward patches, from Stormblood, and the Stormblood patches, all culminating into one insanely incredible and impactful experience. Now, I'm not a big time Final Fantasy franchise enjoyer. The only ones I've played besides 14 are 7 Remake and 16, but I think if you were to ask people who are diehard Final Fantasy people, or even some people who have played more Final Fantasies than I have, a lot of people would consider Shadowbringers specifically in 14 to be one of the best mainline Final Fantasy experiences since Final Fantasy X in 2001 or whenever that came out. But don't just take my word for it. Take these other people's word for it. If you want to look up Shadowbringers on YouTube, you'll find dozens of videos of people talking about how good it is. Now, even though Shadowbringers has recently been added, and that is extremely hype, the other experiences for 14 are no slouch either. Heavensward and Stormblood, the previous expansions before Shadowbringers, both have heat, and if you experience them, they do expand the experience of Shadowbringers exponentially. And even A Realm Reborn is solid. We don't have someone in here telling you it sucks. And there are people who do prefer Heavensward or Stormblood over Shadowbringers, which is totally fair, because they also have great storytelling experiences. For me personally, part of Stormblood is some of the most enjoyable experience of the entirety of 14. And both Stormblood and Heavensward have some extremely impactful moments as well that may hit harder for you than they did for me, at least in an emotional sense, or someone may cry about it. There's plenty of people who have shed tears earlier than I did in 14, and that has been because of Heavensward, Stormblood, or even A Realm Reborn in some people's cases. Now, I told you about the story, but this is an MMO, so there's got to be other content that makes it valuable, and there certainly is. There's a lot of things available, if you so choose to experience it. Outside of just the MSQ, you have all the raid experiences, that being Alliance raids, including the near raid now, because that's part of Shadowbringers. You have Eureka, you have Bozja, you have Relics, you have PvP, you have crafting or gathering or fishing for all you fishing minigame fans out there. You have Deep Dungeon, and the list goes on and on and on. Now, me personally, I've not experienced all of these, or experienced them all to their fullest, but if any one of those things sounds interesting to you, it doesn't hurt to give it a shot. And there are different people or creators online that focus on specific aspects of the game as well, and not just on the story or just on raids. And that leads into the game's community. So despite what you may see online, the in-game community is generally very good. Twitter is not real life. Just go and find an FC or guild on the community finder that seems like they have your vibes and are on your server, and if you're interested, try and join one up, or just say hi to people when you load into an instance and just have a good time. I promise you, most people you run into inside the game are generally going to be nice and normal and just happy that you're playing, especially if you're a Sprout and they see you're a Sprout. They're going to wish you the best of luck, tell you to have fun in your cutscenes, tell you to enjoy the story. Some people will go out of their way to help Sprouts specifically for an extended period of time, if that is requested or desired. And overall, people are very much willing to help if you need the help or want the help. And if you're so inclined, here is a list of creators that I prefer to watch, and some of them being with those focused instances that were mentioned earlier in the video, that you can check out. And if one of them, tickles your fancy, tell them what's up. Now, I do need to put a warning out. If any of this has sounded interesting to you, I do need to put a warning out. If you are going to start trying the game, the MOGSTATION is by far the worst part of the game. It sucks, and it's awful, and is not fun to deal with. Now, is Final Fantasy XIV actually the best value in all of gaming? Realistically, it's probably not, but it is by far the best free trial in all of gaming. You can have thousands of hours of content of any and all kinds with no restrictions on playtime, completely free to you. And with how things have been going, there's a chance in 3 years' time from now that the free trial gets expanded again to include Endwalker, which is the conclusion of the first arc's storyline, and in my opinion, the second best expansion that 14 has had at this point in time. Either way, it is a free-to-play game. The only thing that costs you is your storage space and your time. I think it's worth it, obviously. As previously stated, it is my favorite game of all time, and I am biased towards it, or else I wouldn't be making this video. If you have any questions related to Final Fantasy XIV and its free trial, go ahead and ask in a comment down below. Or, if you're someone who's already played 14 and you want to give a reason why someone should try it that I did not list, go ahead and leave that as well. And while you're down there, go ahead and like and subscribe this video to help your boy out. Tune in next time when we talk about a topic I haven't thought of yet.